Well, that's the thing with college business degrees these days and education in general. It gets you ready to enter the corporate workforce.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's my first question to anybody who comes to me and they're like, I'm going to go get my MBA. And I'm like, okay, what's the end goal? And if they say, I'm going to start a business, then I'm like, can I ask you some questions? Because an MBA helps you be an executive now. It helps you be the vice president. If you want to be a CEO, you have to know those ins and outs. But we were just talking in the lobby earlier, and somebody came up and we were talking about college degrees and and he was in a project with some guys that were MBAs and he kept clashing with them. Shout out to Joel. I'll have to have him come on the show and talk about this. But he said he was so different in his mindset from them that he went and he applied for an MBA program and got in, and he went for like a few classes, and then he realized that the things that they were teaching him would not be applicable in his business. Like it would actually derail what he was trying to do. So he dropped out because it's just a totally different skill set.
It really is. And that was one of the things that I realized when I was in college. So towards the end, I just kind of got like disengaged. I wasn't really into it as much because I was like, how does this translate what we're learning, you know,
into legacy, into money,
right? And some of the books are out, you know, they're outdated by the time we get to the field. Like what are we doing, man?
I think school seriously is obsolete. The traditional educational system,
I think it's getting that way.
It's a waste of money.
I see it as a social exposure, and this is just my personal opinion.
That's the biggest thing I learned in college was the networking.
Yeah.
And how to talk to people.
Networking, maybe get a spouse out of it. Like I got my spouse out of college. I say it's worth the student loan debt, right?
Want to get married, go to college.
Yep.
So when it comes to a party, like you guys are a party rental company, there are benefits to that. You know, what are some of those benefits? I mean, they might be obvious to me, but what are some big benefits of, as opposed to just doing it yourself, which has got to be a nightmare? Why would they call you guys? Keenan?
So the reason why I'd say people would call us would be because we try to make sure that we're very personable while we're doing our drop-offs. Once again, we think of everything as, I wouldn't say like we're targeting everybody as like a networking opportunity, but I guess just our nature, the way that we try to get to know people. We learn so much just in a small interaction, just while we're actually, you know, dropping the bounces off. So we have that aspect, and we try to do other things as well that other people don't do in the industry, to where we can kind of set ourselves apart. But I mean, that's, if you have anything to add, I mean.
Yeah, we try to do. You know, when you're planning a party, it's stressful. You got make sure that the guests and stuff are satisfied. And maybe you got to go get the food. Maybe you got to do this. So I think what we try to do is make it as seamless as possible, so you don't have to worry about anything. When you contact us, we've got everything that comes along with the rental. So we're bringing all the tools. We don't want you to have to worry about anything. Sometimes we don't, you know, if you don't need to be there, you don't have to. But we do like for people to be there so they can show us exactly where they want it set up, because maybe you plan on putting something in this section of your yard, or maybe you want it in the front, or whatever the case. But yeah, we try to make it seamless as possible. You pick what you want. We'll tell you when we're coming, and that's it.
Now, is this mainly for kids, or is it also for adults and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff adults can get on. We have a big water slide that I know I've slid on it a few times. It's pretty fun, especially during the summer. It was crazy hot. But yeah, I'm just a big goofball anyway, so we've got some little videos. We haven't really put them out, but I've been on all the slides, and I'll do like some little goofy stuff.
But your target is like kids.
It's mainly
and
kids and
stuff like
families and
that.
stuff
You guys
like
done
that.
anything with schools?
We started getting into schools like towards the end of the school year. I had a friend of mine from high school that's a teacher, and they had a field day, invited us to come set up for the field day. So that's the next market we're trying to reach is like the churches, more like the corporate type businesses and stuff, so that we can go and do those things. We did one of my coworkers works with a baseball league, and they invited us out for a day, and we took all our inventory up to New Braunfels. So we're trying to do more stuff like that for sure.
Get more than one
Right.
and piece at
Right.
a place.
definitely.
Exactly. Yeah, because it's so much easier, to just be there, see all the interaction. Everybody's done. We pick up. We go home. Versus, you got to drive to this house, that house, this house, this house. To pick up. Like, we're trying to serve San Antonio and some of the surrounding areas. So we've been to St. Hedwig. We've been to Divine, Poteet.
Done anything on the coast?
Nah, not that far. Not that far.
Not going
Not
to Corpus
that far.
Christi
That's
yet.
Not
Too
that
far to drive?
Oh,
Yeah,
Can I
maybe we
ask-
could expand out that area, but we ain't driving from San Antonio.
Not right now.
Mm-mm.
Is this something where you want to grow the business and kind of keep it to be your other business until you're ready to retire from the force? Or is it something that if it grew, you're ready to full-time step into it as soon as possible?
For me, I know me and Keenan are kind of different when it comes to this. At least I think. I'll probably just stay in. Honestly, I'll stay in the department and just have it run, and I can manage it. But we both have other ideas and stuff. Business
What are you looking to
ideas.
do?
Keenan, what's your goal?
So as far as retirement is concerned, it's up in the air. Yeah, I mean, I have.
Yeah,
I
we're
have
not
so
talking
much-
tomorrow.
He's still
17 years
right,
left.
right. He's almost at that halfway point.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still got a lot more time to think about it, but I guess it really just depends on where I end up in the department, and it's always changing. So it really just depends. I mean, the culture changes in the department just with anything else. So it has to do with there's too many determining factors. My family.
You get a new captain. You guys call them. I think captains are your main bosses, right? At those.
Yeah, captain.
You get a new one of those. Everything changes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything changes
Exactly.
just like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm in it for the long haul. I'd like for this to be my baby, but also for it to leverage into some other stuff. We both talk about trying to get into the real estate market.
what are you guys doing for employees for the setup and takedown? Is it firemen? Is it you guys? Who's doing the setup? Is it college kids? Who are we talking about?
It's us. We have some family helping. Anthony's. We're kind of showing him the ropes, and then that's where we want to expand to next is having employees so that when we're both on shift, we're not having to scramble to try to figure out, well, yes, we can help you, or what we do now is we do it the day before shift, and then if they want it, the day that we're working, they have it all day, and then we pick it up the following day.
Well, and that's one of the reasons I ask, because building a business where you're eventually going to step out of your full-time jobs to run it, you can build it differently from a business that you need to run while you are also doing your full-time job. So the structure of it is you build a business to fund what you want to do, not just a business that's going to, it's like a toddler. If you don't set the boundaries and the systems up, they're just going to run your life.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's where, the summer kind of was an eye-opener for us going into next year. I mean, we're learning all this stuff on the fly between meeting people, watching some videos. So it's been an adventure. It's been great. I've learned quite a good deal and met some great people. But
when did you launch it?
we officially launched it this year.
Okay.
We had one unit, and we were just kind of like toying with it, trying to figure out, how we were going to do it. And once the light bulb went off and the dust settled a little bit, we've been putting all our energy into it.
Have you used the firefighter thing from a marketing angle? Are you allowed to?
So it's kind of one of those touchy things just
Yeah.
because we're, city employees, and, that spotlight could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. So,
I think people just knowing that San Antonio Fire Department or San Antonio firefighters are the ones that are running the business.
Right.
You guys are coming and do the setup. The trust factor is going to be massive. It's
Oh, I
like, yeah,
agree.
come on over. It's
Yeah.
not a problem. I don't have a
Right.
problem with you guys being around my kids. everything's good. You know what I mean? You're going to show up on time. You're going to do the thing on time. You're going to get out on time, right? I like all of that. So that's huge.
Yeah,
Sure.
and
I would definitely take that angle.
we usually do tell customers, but usually on the drop off, we haven't used that as our marketing.
Is it common because you guys aren't the first business that I've met that's like firefighter-run and retired firefighters? Is it because you shift work, right? You've got the extra time.
It's like 3 on and 27 off or something, isn't it?
I wish.
3 days on and the rest of the
I'd
month
rather
off.
be in it for the long haul.
I could do that. That's easy,
That's a
man.
good shift.
Put that in the bag.
no,
That's
it's
But to
easy.
be fair, they're 24-hour shifts, right? So
Right,
we're
of
working
course.
3 days on. I promise we're not sleeping more than 10, 12 hours each of those days.
Right.
I wish it worked like that.
Right. It's,
Yeah.
what is it, 3 on and...
That's
24 on, 48 off.
yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
one,
yeah.
1 and 2. Then if you go to EMS, then it's 1 and then 3. off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, but that trust factor's got to be huge. I would definitely be leveraging that
Of course.
to, to your benefit.
And I'd be interested to like explore what would it look like. I mean, I know everybody thinks hiring, right? And especially yours, it's labor intensive.
Yes.
It's not the sexiest, right? Setting up party rental stuff.
Yeah.
But there is a trust factor involved. Like, what would it look like instead of just hiring random people to hire? This could be a great side hustle for your fellow firefighters
That's
if they
true.
want to make some extra money on
Right.
their off shifts, because you set it up in the morning, you take it down in the evening. It's probably not a high time commitment. It's just labor.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then that adds an extra layer to that marketing piece of like, you don't have to market it, but it's well known that your company is, everyone who shows up to set up and break down is firefighter or firefighter adjacent. I'm not
Right.
sure if you're a firefighter.
Right.
Do a calendar or something. I don't know what.
Right?
In
Oh,
front
a
of
calendar. Actually, that's a
in
great
front of
idea.
Every single inflatable, just have,
right.
yeah.
Hey, with every order, you get a free calendar.
That's your
It's
advertising.
from 2017, but it's okay.
Right.
Each of you on an
Right.
inflatable. Huh,
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Yeah,
but
we've toyed with the idea a bit. I got a couple of buddies that are in the department that I wouldn't say asked like to see if they would want to come and actually do the job, but just kind of toyed with the idea to see if it's something that they would want to make side hustle money on, because as of right now, we're kind of tapering off on overtime. The amount of overtime that everybody
With the city?
was so used to,
Yeah.
back in 2020 because of COVID and stuff. So as of now, I mean, there's a lot of guys who are kind of hurting to.
Yeah,
to
Mama
wanna
wants
and
that
if
get in
those
cash,
guys
man.
could
Right.
be talking to their network, like
Right.
you don't need a big networking presence to be like, hey, your kid's having a birthday party or you're having an event. Do you want
Oh yeah,
like a party rental?
right.
Like I know how to set that up, and then they are the ones that.
That's why I think social media is so important for you guys,
Huge.
man.
No,
Being
yeah,
up there,
it's-
every time you do something, it should be on social media
Yeah,
and
we've
packaged well.
It's been doing pretty good.
Yep.
Learning
Are you
all
tagging?
that stuff.
You tagging the folks that you're visiting,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it gets into there. Okay, good.
Yeah,
You
we
got a
try
good
to
strategy.
run. We also try to run promotions as well. If you tag us in some of the stuff that you're doing, or if you give us a review, that's a big one. We're really
Yeah.
trying to work on those Google reviews right now.
Yeah, give them a free calendar if they give you a
right.
Google review. I'm not gonna
I
let this
can't wait till we come
calendar
back
go.
up here and give you a calendar.
Mark is
man.
gonna get a calendar one
you are.
day, and like we're gonna insist that you
As long
put
as
that
you
up.
gotta put it, you gotta hang it right there on the fridge, man, so you can
Oh,
see
yeah.
us every time.
No,
that
I
you,
need it to be on
open.
one of these walls. So
Yeah.
every time he
Yeah.
has a
Yeah.
show,
right behind.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll do one for you, man. Good for you, Mark.
So if somebody's thinking about wanting to do, set up for their kids' birthday party or something big going on, what's the best way to get in touch with you guys?
Website is a good way. gravitypartyrentals.com. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Gravity Party Rentals, all one word. And we also were passing out business cards and brochures wherever we can leave them. So
Cool. Keenan, any parting thoughts, man?
Book with gravitypartyrentals.com.
That's it. See, you got all serious. All right, guys, this was a great time. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. As we wrap up the show, quick reminder, check out our latest podcast or catch video versions of the show anytime by visiting our website at satalkradio.com. That's going to be it for us for this one. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you on the next one. Good job, guys.
appreciate you. Thank you.